Today on the channel, I'm going to show you what I think are the 6 easiest licks from each one of the Van Halen albums featuring David Lee Roth. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you what I think are the 6 easiest guitar licks from Van Halen off of each one of the Van Halen records featuring David Lee Roth. So let's start off with Van Halen 1. Probably the easiest lick really is You Really Got Me, but I don't consider that a Van Halen song. And I mean, it's just... But we're not going to talk about that lick today. We're going to talk about an actual song that Van Halen wrote, and I feel that Feel Your Love Tonight is the easiest guitar lick off of Van Halen 1, and it goes like this. Alright, so let's break that lick down. Basically what we're in is E. I'm tuned to just a little bit below E. Van Halen recorded stuff with David Lee Roth in between E and E flat. So kind of halfway between. But if you're playing along, that's your reference point. The song's in E, and it's got this little minor to major third thing going on. So on the low E string, 3rd to 4th, and we're going to play this major 3rd. Up here we're going to be on an E chord, but this is going to be a major 3rd on the E. So we're going to take this position and go down to the 5th and the 4th fret on the A and the D string. And we're going to go the 4th to the 2nd on the A and the D string. So from slow motion in the beginning, and then we're going to go back up to, what that is this D major, and then down to an E. I'm going to show you the chugging in between here in just a moment. So the chord shapes are, this is the E major chord, all right? So we're up here on the 7th and the 6th fret on the A and D, and then we're on the 5th and the 4th, and then we're on the 4th and the 2nd, and then the 5th and the 4th, 4th and the 2nd, and then the 2nd on A and D. So if you can get that down, you've got most of it. So get that rhythm down. And then all you got to do is add the, and we're going to chug on this low E. We're going to palm mute. Like, so there's one chug between those two, and then 2 chugs when we hit that. So, that last part goes. So from the beginning. Then A, then we're going to do a D over an A, which is, we're taking the A chord like this, and then we're going to take this shape and just put it right here with an open A, like the 3/16 chord. So the ring fingers on the D string on the 4th, and the middle fingers on the 3rd fret on the B. And then we're holding this A down like this. So chugging on the A. and back up the... What makes this sound so cool is that major third. Eddie loved pieces of chords and that chugging that goes along with it. Okay, let's move on to Van Halen 2. I think the easiest lick off of Van Halen 2 is this lick in Women in Love, and it goes, we're in E. So what I'm taking is pieces of an E chord. All right, so let's take this E chord like this, and we're gonna lift our ring finger up like this, and I'm muting this D string with the fat of my middle finger. So the only notes that are being played are these, the B and this G sharp and this low E. All right, so you got to remember that shape. Because we're going to play that shape and we're going to play this shape throughout this whole intro. So we're going to go from this shape here from the beginning. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you the chugging and stuff that makes it come together. So I'm taking this shape here, which is the 4th fret on the A string and the G string on the 2nd. All right, that interval. So then slide it up, back down, then go. Now this is just like that very first shape. This is an F, then go. Bring it back down to that E. So we got to get those slides in there now. I'm going like that. Then slide. Okay, one more time. Now when we put it together, we turn our volume all the way up and get the distortion. All right, so I go 2 chugs on the E. So in between some of these chords are 2 chugs with a palm mute. So chug, chug, sorry, chug, chug. Last thing you got to do is put this vibrato in there, like sounds real Eddie. So awesome. All right, so let's move on to Women and Children first. We're going to do Take Your Whiskey Home. And this is pretty tricky, but I think it's the easiest lick on this album. We're in G minor. So go. Something like that. That's it. So the beginning goes. So let me play it from the beginning. Take your whiskey home. So what he's doing is he's in this G minor pentatonic shape. Now Eddie was just improvising, right? And it was so cool. But he's basically just going, taking this D string on this G and then the F, and doing the double stop on the B and the G, and then up here on the fifth. But from the record, he goes. So let's take that beginning real slow. I'm going to turn my volume down. So what that is I'm going to hammer on the D string, on the 3rd fret, and take my ring finger on the A string and hit the 5th fret, and then go on the D string 3 to 5. So that next part goes. So it's G to F, back to G on the D string, 5, 3, 5. Double stop on the B and the G on the 3rd fret. 5th, back to the 3rd. Like that. So from the beginning slowly. And then throughout the song you can go. Eddie was such a great blues player. You can really hear the Clapton coming through. Sounds a lot like ZZ Top also. I've always said I felt that Eddie was a Billy Gibbons fan, and I think this song is kind of like ZZ Top. Alright, so the next one I'm going to show you is off of Fair Warning, and it's Sinner Swing. And we're going to tune it down. We're going to take our D tuner and we're going to drop to D. Alright, so the song is in D and it goes like this. Alright, so cool. We're going to take our D and we're going to play it with the ring finger and the pointer finger like this. And we're just going to play the open D, the A string or A note on the G string, and the D on the 3rd. So it's, and that leaves us open to play this C with our middle finger. You're going to hammer on from the A string to the C and then play this D. So I would suggest you put your finger in the D position before you play this lick. So you just go. And that next part goes. So what that is hammering on A to C, then open D, C, open A, and that's a G chord because we're in drop D tuning. So in slow motion it goes. Then he goes. this next part, we're just going to take our finger and go. So the rhythm part is the hard part about this. We're going to start up here. All right, so we're up here on the 8th fret. We're going to hit it twice. We're going to go 8, 6, 5. Those are just one hit. And we're going to do 4 or 2 hits on the 4th fret. So that next part goes. So you got to remember that rhythm. That's how it ends and it starts. That's the start. Then it ends. So slowly. Pretty tricky, but probably the easiest lick in my opinion off of Fair Warning. All right, let's go to Diver Down. Diver Down's got some really funky guitar parts on it, man. Probably some of Eddie's loosest, zaniest playing. It's cool though. But I'm going to show you the full bug, the introduction of the full bug. So it's on acoustic, but we're going to turn our guitars down a little bit to clean them up. And I'm going to show you this part. So we're going to take our pointer finger and our thumb. We're going to hit our low E with the thumb and pluck the octave E on the 2nd fret on the D string with our pointer finger. So you got to get that groove down. That's all E. Then that's the G. This may be David Lee Roth playing this, I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments. It sounds too good to be Dave though. So this part is, that's all E. So that part goes. I'm going to take my ring finger on the 4th and slide up to the 5th, back down to the 4th, and then pointer finger on this 2nd. So I'm going. So the tricky part is getting this right hand down. Then here comes my dog. All right, full bug, the intro lick. I love that lick. It's so cool. All right, 1984. I'm going to wrap this up with this cool lick in Jump. All right, so when he says, "Can't you see me standing here? I got my back against a record machine," he goes like this. All right, so let's look at that lick. The song is in C. So if you want to play the rhythm part, you just go. And then that one part comes in. Now you got to get the palm muting down and the vibrato in this to make it sound really nice, okay? So we're going to take the G string and we're going to slide up to the 9th fret, go, and put this really nice vibrato on it. Helps if you have some chorus, which I'm not using right now. Now I'm muting the rest of the strings with my pointer finger so you don't get any extraneous noise. And then we're going to take this shape. So this shape here is kind of weird, which we're on the ring finger here on the 8th fret. We're middle finger on the 7th fret on the D string. So A string on the 8th, D string on the 7th, and pointer finger on the 5th on the G string. So what I'm doing is palm muting. I'm just going to go. I'm going to slide this ring finger down, and we're going to be on the 7th fret with the ring finger, and the pointer finger on the 5th fret on the D and the G. So that's the chord there. The chords are, hang on here. All right. So those chords are, and that is a G on the 9th, and it goes, slides up to the 9th and down to the 7th. So it's a 4-note lick on the beginning. Goes back to that beginning note and 3 notes. Nice vibrato. It repeats. Then B string. We're going to slide up to the 10th and go down to the 8th. All right, and then put some vibrato on it. So. All right, there you go, the 6 easiest Van Halen licks on the first 6 David Lee Roth albums. I hope you like this kind of content. Just having a little bit of fun today, and if you like this content, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.